Hey everyone, it's Book of Catherine. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about the Iran speech that President Trump gave today. He said that Americans should be very, very happy about what happened. And I realized that that missile defense system that we had that alerted and allowed our people to escape in time for the 12 missiles, that may not have been in place if the last two bills of military defense funding had not gone through. So when we hear about military defense spending being increased over the last 2 years, and it sounds like it is for nothing, I want to just press in that that military spending may have just stopped World War III. Military spending isn't all about attack. In fact, most of this presidency has been withdrawal and strength through peace, or peace through strength. And that's the idea that if you have the biggest gun, no one will touch you. And you can see that in the animal kingdom. Not a lot of animals go up to the lion and try to touch it. If we are the lion in weaponry, not a lot will try and touch us. I don't really blame Iran for increasing their hostility towards us in the last 2 years because they know we are incredibly weak. We were funding their terrorism. Now we're not. They know we could knew this was the time to strike if there was ever a time before we got too strong. Luckily, we've had 2 years of new defense funding and American lives were protected. Unfortunately, we have already had so many maimed and so many deaths before this, with presidents and politicians who did not care and sided with those who hate freedom and love dictators simply because of the money it brings them. Unfortunately, we are very lucky that men and women in America decided to put in a vote for this president. And I would hope that this year, in 2020, you would be brave enough to put in a vote for someone that you would never, ever think to vote for. That you wouldn't vote for a Democrat. That you'd understand that Democrats removed our freedom of speech. They have removed our freedom of religion. They have influenced and pushed climate change, which is the removal of freedoms in 17 areas of life under the heading of climate change. Look into climate change conventions at the United Nations. They are not about regulating emissions. They are about everything else under the sun. And destroying the Constitution of the United States of America. And they have very well near done that. Very few states have gun rights anymore, which means people cannot protect themselves on the street. So when someone is mugged, they have to hand over their money. When someone is raped, they have to let themselves be raped. No one can protect themselves anymore, thanks to our lack of freedom. Then there are Republicans, and those Republicans say they love Trump. But they also say they love the environment and climate change. Loving the environment means handing it over to the Queen of England and handing our freedoms over to her as well as Prince Charles and all the wildlife ranges. It's nothing other than Democrats covered in green and a nice little bow. But they smack the word Trump on it to get elected. I don't want politicians anymore. I want real people. I want to obey what the founders actually said, what freed them from the monarchies in the first place, because by God, we are owned by the monarchies now. We need another revolution, and 2020 is the year we have to do it, and it has to start with our primaries. We need to vote them out. We need to get new candidates in the primary, and we need to back one of them. We need people kind of like honestly, I was going to say me, but I'm too new. I am too new. I didn't even know about Trump. I'm too new. And people who are too new, there's plenty of people who are Democrats coming in saying that they're for Trump and they're just shills. I'd say get Tea Party people who knew about Agenda 21, who knew about it, saw it, and have been fighting it. It's time for the Tea Party to come out and run. I know you went underground, Tea Party and patriots. Get your butts out there. What the heck do you think the revolutionaries did? Freedom has always come at a cost. Now it's time to run. This is the last chance you have to replace this Congress. Do it. And it is our job to vote for them. Peace. Oh, donate down below, please, to help this channel keep going, because I have a procedure coming up and I would like to get my legs back. I am sitting, as you can see. I keep having to sit because it is worn off. I want to stand up again, and I want to get back on that machine and start dancing for you again. I'd like to dance on my own for you. That was fun. Need those procedures. So this one's going to be ablation, so it lasts nice and long, 6 months. Can you imagine? Then we can do my left side. I wonder if I could do a spin on one leg. Okay, I want to cry. It would be really great. Please donate down below. Love you guys. Mwah.